Yeah, I know it's not the best setup right now, but you're just gonna have to bear with me here. Hey guys, what's up? It's BigJackFilms here, and welcome to a new video series thing I figured I'd just put together for you guys to keep you guys entertained. So something a lot of my friends have been asking me to do for a while is actually respond to some of the comments I get on a lot of my videos, so I figured I'd make this just a little segment where I just talk about different comments, whether it be questions, whether it be critiques or whatever, and just, I don't know, just talk about random shit and respond to you guys. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments in all my videos, and I'll be picking through them here and there and just discussing certain things, questions, and, you know, certain comments or whatever, and just, yeah, we're just gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna try to make them as entertaining as possible and make them as funny as possible because that is what I'm here for, you guys. Especially right now when we're in the middle of this pandemic, I just want to give you guys a little thing to basically enjoy, and on top of that, if this ends up being successful, I'll do more of them. We're also gonna give them a little bit of a theme, and on the first video, our theme is gonna be our 2016 remake of King Kong. Currently, our film is sitting at over 500,000 views on YouTube, as far as I know. I don't know if that's updated since. But we've gotten a couple of questions and comments here and there, so I figured I'd answer them the best way I can. So I have them up here on the screen, I'm gonna read them out for you, and I'll answer and respond to all of them. The first questions are also kind of comments and sort of critiques about the movie, so I will answer them as best as I can. I'm a fan of Kong, but the only thing I found different in this version is him blow-drying Ann's hair with his mouth, and his mouth didn't move, neither did his eyes. Other than that, you're doing a good job doing a remake of the 1933 original. Well, first of all, thank you so much, and second, that was actually a nod to the 1976 film when Kong blow-dries Dwan after the waterfall scene. In fact, that whole scene was based on the 1976 remake. But in terms of the mouth not moving, if you're wondering where the suit came from, we actually bought the main mask from a Spirit Halloween store, and they have these really nice animatronic gorilla masks that if you open your jaw, it makes the gums and mouth move, and they came off pretty well. We actually had to do some modifications on it, such as putting a black screen behind the mask so you wouldn't see the actor's face, as well as Bradley Dunn, who plays Kong, had to wear a black eyeliner around his face. But what's funny is now Spirit Halloween actually has a better gorilla mask, which where the fuck was that when we were filming? Not to mention the inflatable T-Rex costume. But other than that, the mask is actually in pretty good shape. In fact, we still have it in our prop shop. Am I the only person who loves this fan work? No, fan films are actually kind of my thing now, so I've really enjoyed either making them or talking about them. But we do appreciate that you enjoy our work, and hopefully you enjoy more to come. Well, given the quality of the film, you could say it takes place in 1993. I mean, hell, it's probably the closest thing you're gonna get to the John Landis production. What the fuck is this? A movie, Tokyo Ghoul. A movie. Special effects are great. Best movie of 2018. I'll take that as a really good compliment. Who would be such a genius to come up with this? That would be moi, Kevin. Alright, in all fairness, the main reason I decided to do a remake of Kong was because I had just improved my technology. I had just gotten a new computer, I just gotten a new camera in 2010, and at the time I just got back from California after going to the Universal Studios tour and experiencing King Kong 360 3D, and I didn't realize that Kong's popularity was still pretty strong in the filmmaking community, so I figured, screw it, why don't I try to do an actual remake in my own way with my own ambitions and what I've always wanted to see with this character. So much combinations of best King Kong films, but why? Why did you have to kill him off? Why couldn't you alter the ending from the 2005 game for a fan film? This was pretty good, sad face, I'm the Joker. Because then it wouldn't be an actual remake of King Kong, wouldn't it, if Kong didn't die? I know a lot of people have issues with this all of a sudden, but it's not King Kong without his sacrifice. Shoestring budget, corny special effects, but still, they tried to make an effort to make an entertaining piece of cinema. As far as I'm concerned, A+. Now, if only The Last Jedi had tried so hard. I kind of am not too upset with The Last Jedi, but thanks for the compliment. Well, a little guidance to any filmmakers out there and people who had preconceptions of the Star Wars movies. I mean, I've had my preconceptions since the prequel trilogy. If they don't do your idea, then just make your own damn movie. Hell, that's one of the reasons I did my own Kong remake, because they didn't do the 96 adaptation, and I've always wanted to adapt it somehow. So for anybody who had their weird erotic fan fiction of The Last Jedi, just take those ideas and make your own damn movie. Sure, it's not gonna look the best, and you could do it however which way you want, but as long as you get your story out there, that's all that should matter. And then fans can decide which version is better. The main actress has incredible feet. I figured the foot fetish people would finally come in. Motorboat going in, rowboat lands. Well, that was interesting. You know, funny enough, I never thought people would notice that. The main reason for that is because when we were shooting, we had a prop boat ready to go on the Skull Island beach, but obviously I needed a wide shot of them going towards the island, and at the time we had just wrapped filming on the beach, and I was at a summer camp, so I figured I'd take advantage of the summer camp by using some of their boats and having some stand-in actors there going off in a wide shot. So that's why the boats don't look consistent. That, and if we actually did use that boat that was on the set, everybody would have sank. Okay, the next set of questions are actually Easter eggs, which, trust me, there's a lot of in this movie. How many director cameos are there? Well, much like something Alfred Hitchcock would do is that he'd always need extras on his set, and sometimes not the right extra would be available, so the director would fill in the seat, and that's normally what I did. Most of my cameos that were in the movie were mostly stand-ins for actors that we didn't have available, so sometimes I would just be either Jacob's sailor and I would just wear some sunglasses in the same outfit and run around with the guys. Sometimes you could see me in the background of some of the crowd shots, but the main cameo, which is a common thing for most Kong directors, is to be the pilots that took him down. That goes all the way back to the original when Marion C. Cooper and Ernest Schoedsack were in the cockpits of the airplane that take Kong down. There was a quote Cooper once said when they were starting to film that scene, and I guess the meeting went like this. Alright, Mr. Cooper, we need to film Kong's demise. Who should we get to play the pilots? How about me and Schoedsack? What? Why you guys? Well, we made him. We should kill the son of a bitch ourselves. You fool, that'll never work. But it's genius. Exactly, chum. Now get me Faye Ray on the Empire State Building set in 5 minutes and I'll put on a World War I fighter pilot outfit. Also get a hold of RKO for me. I want to get a sequel made. Wait, already? But the movie's not even out yet. And don't worry, it'll be bigger and brighter than the first picture. I'm sure that the pressure will be over in no time, and then we'll make millions of dollars here, see? I mean, it's not like they'll cut the budget in half and this movie will be a major flop. Bob Grodin? Fred Wilson's actor? I see what you did there. So, comrade, you figured me out.
Bob? Gun.
Yeah, there's a couple of nods to all the previous Kong films. In fact, in the opening scene, Carl Denham actually addresses his original actress to play the female lead as Dwan, which was a nod to Jessica Lange in the 1976 film. There are a couple of other Easter eggs here and there. In fact, we actually had names for all the sailors at one point, which were all based on names from the previous films. As well, most of the scenes are homages to previous Kong films. In fact, one of the Easter eggs is actually in one of our original props from the film. This is actually a clapperboard I used both for productions, but on the main side, which is the prop that Carl Denham used, there's actually nods to the other movies. CB Pictures is actually the initials for CB Denham from the Mighty Kong. Production 601 was the code name for the film being shot at RKO at the time. 3376 are the dates of years that both the original and De Laurentiis adaptations came out. Carl B. Denham obviously establishing that CB Denham again from the Mighty Kong. Panasonic VHS A1, that's basically the actual camera we did use that was a prop for Carl's productions. The date was March 2nd, so that's actually the date they went to Skull Island, and March 2nd is actually the day that King Kong was released in theaters in 1933. Scene 33, again, the year of the original film. And take 5 with the initials 05, which was the release of the Peter Jackson adaptation. Little nods like that you will see in the film if you look closely enough. Okay, these next set of questions are actually about the editing of the film. And 3 of these questions are whether or not if we're ever going to release an extended edition. I kind of considered releasing an extended edition of the movie, but I don't know if I could actually pull it off without doing some brand new effects for it. I mean, maybe some of them could be put in an extended edition, but I'm really not 100% on that. Maybe someday in the future, if there's enough petitions for it and if I get enough on Patreon, I could probably finish these effects, but for now, if anything, it would be a side project if I ever got the chance. Now, these questions are more so about the script and the writing process of the film. Is this a remake of the novel? Well, surprisingly, Fernando, I do have the novelization, which I didn't get until G-Fest, and I finally read through it, and it's actually not that bad of a novel. There are some elements based on the novel, but the majority of it are based on the 2 scripts that Universal were going to plan in 1975 and 1996. Specifically, a lot of the dinosaur scenes are ripped right out of those 2 scripts. And yeah, the 75 script was based on the Dulles W. Lovelace novel, but the main scene we actually took inspiration from was the swamp scene with the Parasaurolophus, which in these storyboards were actually planned for the Legend of King Kong adaptation. If anything, one scene that we actually did base both on the novel and the Bold Goldman screenplay was one of the deleted scenes where Anne confronts Carl Denham at the Broadway show. If you want to check that out, go check out the deleted scenes section. I like this. I can tell you had fun making it and had fun watching it. I find your version of the story charming, and I think what you achieved is admirable. My biggest surprise was how gory it was. The spider pit scene was a bit creepy, and this film probably has the most bloodthirsty Parasaurolophus ever. I really enjoyed this, and I think you did a good job. Can't wait to see what you do next, and I might consider writing my own King Kong remake. Congrats on finishing this. And when are you going to continue the novelization on fanfiction? Thank you very much, Jack. In terms of some of the scenes and the gore, it was actually kind of a shock to see those in theaters. I think the main reason I wanted to focus a bit more on the gore and the kills in this movie is because watching dinosaur flicks, there's not many good creative kills in these monster movies, and I figured why not just do my own. So things like the Stegosaurus piercing a guy through the chest, or a Triceratops gorging somebody to death, these are bits I've always wanted to see with dinosaur kills. And funny enough, in terms of the spider pit scene, that's the scene everybody mostly freaks out at because people are arachnophobic. We actually had a couple of freakouts at the world premiere, which was really fun to hear from the audience. In terms of writing more on my fanfiction, I've pretty much put a lot of that on hold for now because I am focusing on my stuff on YouTube, but I would love to at some point get back onto that because there's so much more I could tell on a novelization. These next questions are about the soundtrack in the film. Awesome soundtrack, where'd you get the music? The music was actually composed by Bernard Kier, who actually reached out to us during post-production, and it turns out his resume is actually quite impressive. In fact, he actually did the score to a fan film we've really admired called Prime Survival, which is a Jurassic Park fan film. So he reached out to us and offered to do the score, and honestly, for what he gave us, it was pretty damn impressive. If you guys want to go check out his channel, link down below, I'm sure he would appreciate it. These last questions are about its process on YouTube and home video releases. Am I allowed to do a video of me and my friends sitting down and watching this? I'll do it only if you allow it. I'll link a video in your channel in my description if you allow permission to watch the video. Absolutely, we actually really enjoy reaction videos and reviews of our content. Unlike most studios, if it's for a review or reaction, we're not afraid of copyright as long as our links are put in the description so people can see the original versions. But overall, go ahead, I love reaction videos on my shit. I know this was for the internet, but can this be put on DVD one day? We are still working on a DVD version, but we gotta find a place to manufacture it, as well as work on a 2-disc set that'll have bonus features and all kinds of stuff. But for now, you're more than welcome to buy it on VHS! Yeah, believe it or not, we actually have tons of copies of our film on VHS tapes. Like people have said before, this looks like it was made in the 90s on a VHS tape, so I figured why not actually do it. So I've been buying stocks of videotapes and just recording the movie on here, and what's great about the VHS version, it actually comes with previews and coming attractions and everything like the old Disney VHSs that went coming soon to video cassette. So as much as VHS is an outdated piece of technology, it is kind of a novelty to actually have these sold, and we've actually been selling a few copies. So if you guys would like a copy of our movie on VHS, just send us a personal message on Facebook or Twitter, and we'll send you our PayPal account. It's pretty much $5 plus shipping, so depending on where you live, the shipping's gonna cost you a little extra, but overall, $5 for a tape, that's actually not too bad. Really nice. Please translate into Spanish.
Hola, gracias por tu comentario. Nos encantaría hacer doblajes de nuestra película, pero no tenemos a quién recurrir para hablar diferentes idiomas. Si desea ayudar a crear un doblaje en español, envíenos un mensaje personal en Facebook o Twitter. Gracias.
Hey Jack, any explanation on why this was re-uploaded? Well, first of all, Loopy, I love your name. The main reason was, one, we're moving all of our content from our old channel to this one. The second reason was because it wasn't technically finished on our old channel. It had a lot of copyrighted music, and we wanted to monetize it. So thankfully, because of Bernard's efforts, we actually have it where we can monetize it now. So that's why you see it now here on this YouTube channel. Subtitles? Is there going to be an audio commentary on King Kong? We have a director's commentary, you can check it out in the link down below. Other than that, we might plan a potential cast commentary, but that's totally up to the cast and crew if they want to put their 2 cents in. In fact, if Brad wants to do a commentary, he's more than welcome to, and he can just send it to us and we'll put it on our YouTube channel. Other than that, if any of the other casts want to do commentaries, let us know. Will there be a Blu-ray DVD release of the movie? DVD? Yes. VHS? Available. Blu-ray? We have no idea. And overall, that's it for the amount of comments and questions we have. If you guys have any more, whether it be on our Kong remake, whether it be on the BigJackFilms reviews, or if you have questions for us in general, let us know in the comment section below, and we might make this a weekly series if you guys have any interest in it. So until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later. This is BigJackFilms signing off, and happy commenting.